Hello crocheters, welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. This is Sylvia. In this project we are making a crochet kerchief tank top, and for those who may not know what kerchief means, let's just call this a crochet open weave long tank top. As you can see, this is a perfect little summer top. It's really interesting. It works up actually really fast. So I think you'll have fun making this as well as wearing it. For the yarn, I used a number 2. I know it's difficult to find a number 2 yarn, but I really suggest a number 2. I think a 3, even though it's a lightweight yarn, it would still not be as flowy or as stretchy. This particular yarn happens to be super stretchy, and I'll show you just how stretchy in a minute. So in addition to the yarn, we're going to need the crochet hook. I used a 3.75 millimeter, the yarn needle, and some scissors. The information regarding how much yarn was used will be in the description area, the description box, which you will find below the video. You have to click to open it up. I also encourage you to open that up to find the link to my Facebook page. There's a lot of stuff happening over there, guys. A lot of activity, a lot of discussion. There's thousands of crocheters out there. Seriously, thousands. So I wanted to give you a preview of the squares that we will be working. We'll need 4 of these. And as I promised, I would show you how stretchy this yarn is. And as you're working it, you will notice that it's all kind of skewed. As you can see, it's not like a perfect square. That's because of the stretchiness of the yarn. You can block this if you want, but you don't really need to, because the way this is worn will go like this, and it will drape. And that's what you want. You don't want perfection here. I mean, you don't want it like a perfect line. That's not necessary at all. So don't get worried if you use this yarn or a similar yarn and you're not getting a nice square. Don't worry about that. But you can see it's got a really nice open weave, perfect for summer wear. Going to start with a chain of 10. Then we're going to form a ring by slip stitching into the first chain, then chain 3, well, it seems that this yarn is being a little splitty here, which I had not noticed before. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to work a triple crochet 2 together. So let me show you how we do that. Yarn over twice for a triple. Pull up your yarn, 4 loops on the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. Do that one more time. Yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2. You've got 3 loops left, pull through all 3. It's a triple crochet 2 together. Now chain 5. Now we're going to work with triple crochet 3 together. And we need to form a total of 12 of these clusters. Okay, so once again, yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2 again, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, and one more time, pull through 2, pull through 2, you've got 4 loops on the hook this time, pull through all 4. Now chain 5. You're working a chain 5 in between each cluster. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. Yarn over twice, as if for a triple. Pull through two, pull through two, 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over twice, pull through two for 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over twice, pull through two for 4 loops on the hook. Pull through all 4. And then chain 5. Okay, so repeat that until you have 12 of these clusters with your chain 5s in between. After you have your 12 clusters of the triple crochets, you end with your chain 5, and now we're going to join into the top of that first cluster with a slip stitch. All right, I made kind of a mess out of that, but here we go. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first 2 chains up there. Slip stitch again, and slip stitch into the next chain, which is not the easiest thing in the world here because these are pretty tiny. There we go. So all you're trying to do is scooch over so that we're working into that big space there. Now we're going to chain 3. Now we are going to work a triple crochet 2 together. Remember, these have all been 3 together. So in the very first space here of every row, we start with a chain 3 and then a triple crochet 2 together. Yarn over twice, pull through 2, yarn over twice, pull through 2. So we've done that twice. 3 loops on the hook, pull through, chain 5. And you will always chain 5 in between each of the clusters until we get further along, and then we change that up. Now in the same space, triple crochet 3 together. Four loops on the hook, pull through all 4, chain 5. Here's how we're looking. Now we're going to single crochet into that next chain 5 space. Single crochet, chain 5. Single crochet into the next chain 5 space. Chain 5, and now into the next space we're going to work a triple crochet 3 together. My voice is cracking. Chain 5, triple crochet 3 together again in the same space. Chain 5. Okay, so you can see here we're actually working corners. When we enter the 2 clusters in the one space, we're working a corner. Now we're going to do our single crochets in the next 2 spaces. Single crochet, chain 5, single crochet in the next space, chain 5. Now we're going to work a corner with our triple crochet, 3 together, chain 5, another triple crochet, 3 together in the same space, chain 5. Our corners are forming. Now single crochet in the next 2. And then chain 5. Single crochet in the next space, chain 5. And now our triple crochet 2 together to form another corner. Chain 5. Now we have our last 2 spaces here for our single crochets. Chain 5. Now we're going to join into the top of the first cluster with a slip stitch. Chain 3. So there's the beginning of our square. Okay, now we're going to start row 3. The same way as we start every row. We did our chain 3. Now we're going to do a triple crochet 2 together. You know how to do that. Pull through 2, yarn over twice, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, pull through all 3, chain 5. And now a triple crochet 3 together into the same space. Remember, we're forming corners here. Chain 5. Okay, now this is actually a repeat row. Okay, so in the corner you'll form corners, and then in the chain 5 spaces, that's where you enter single crochets. And then with each row, you will have an extra or an additional space per each section here, each side of the square. Okay, so single crochet, chain 5, single crochet in the next space, chain 5, single crochet in the next space, chain 5, and then work your corner. And then single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, chain 5s in between, form your corner, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, corner, repeat. And then when you get to your very first corner of the row, you will enter into the top of that first cluster to slip stitch and join. So that will be the repeat rows. So keep doing that until you get to row number 5. When you complete, or when you start row 5, for row 5, you're going to do 6 chains. Wherever you are now doing 5 chains, you will instead do 6 chains. Okay, so 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's for row 5. For row 6, you're going to do 7 chains instead of 6. And then going forward, you stay with the 7 chains all the way around. For a size small, you will work this for 12 total rows. It's easier if you count your corners. 1, 2, 3. So you work this for 12 total rows. And for each size larger, you work 2 additional rows. That will give you a larger square. It will fit longer on you. That's as easy as it gets as far as sizing. Just keep adding rows. When you complete your last square, do not tie off the yarn. This is my last square. You can see here I've still got my hook in the yarn. So just hold on right there. And this is just to show you the placement and what we're working toward. So this is where the opening where your head will go through. And then we're going to seam along here only to this point. And I'll give you the detail in a minute. And we're going to seam from the bottom up to this point. And then over here from the bottom up to this point. And of course, when we begin over here, we're going to work our way up to this point here. Okay, so now we've got the panels right sides up. It's easy to tell which is the right and the wrong here because your tail from the foundation ring, from the ring, is on the underside. So now what we are going to be doing is seaming this. Again, I will show you the detail in a second. I just want to give you the overview. Okay, so we're going to be seaming along here, and I want you to stop on the third from the end single crochet. So here's a single crochet, 1, 2, 3. And then you've got your corner here. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Use a marker if that will help you. Same on the other panel. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this will be your opening. So we will only seam up to that third single crochet. Last square, remember I told you don't tie off the yarn. So what you would have done is slip stitched. There was your last 7 chains, slip stitch as usual into the top of that first cluster, slip stitch into the first 2 chains. And actually for this one, let's slip stitch 1 more. So the first 3 chains, you're going to slip stitch. We want to bring you into the center as much as possible. That's better. Okay, so now we're going to join into the corner of your opposite panel, and we are going to slip stitch, now chain 3. Now on the back panel, I'm going to call that the back panel, and I'll call this the front panel. Although it's not necessarily the front and the back of the actual worn garment, okay? This is just for visual. All right, so you did your chain 3. Now you're going to single crochet into that first chain 7 space of that further panel, single crochet, chain 3. Now your front panel, the one closest to you, now you're going to single crochet into that first chain 7 space, single crochet, chain 3. Now into the opposite panel, single crochet into the next chain 7 space, chain 3, come back to the other panel, single crochet into there, chain 3, and just keep working in that manner. Okay, so working into each of the chain 7 spaces, single crochets. So that one, this one, that one, this one, until you get to your stitch marker. And then you can tie off the yarn, leave a tail so that you can weave it in and hide it later. Okay, now here's where I'm done with the seaming. And you can see how it all, it's seamless. The seaming is seamless. It just all ties in really, really nicely. And then here's the 3 single crochets that we left unworked. Okay, so we went into that last chain 7 space, and there's 1 single crochet, 2, 3, and then the corner. So same on the other panel. You did your last single crochet in the chain 7 space, and then you left 1, 2, 3 single crochets and your corner. Okay, so now work similarly with your other panels. Okay, so now I brought in the other panels. This is the one that we just seamed. So there's your other panels. So now you take these 2 and work it the same way. Leave your 3 unworked, the single crochet areas, and then you will work these 2 panels starting from way over there, working your way up, leave your opening, and then seam these 2, again starting from the bottom, working your way up. Now for the straps. So here's the armhole opening. Once you create the strap, that is created. So what you want to make sure that you are doing is taking your corners that are, let me show you, this is the straight bottom. So if you worked it that way, where the triangle is in the front, that would be wrong. Okay, so make sure you've got this situated with your corners like this and the bottom flat across. Okay, so you're going to want the garment right side up. Okay, my battery keeps clunking out on me, so I'm not going to be able to detail the straps, but it's super easy. Okay, so you want this right side facing you, right side out. Attach the yarn with a slip stitch and a chain, and then continue working for 25 chains. It's going to look really small, but this yarn stretches a lot. So test out your yarn and see if that's long enough. And, you know, obviously if you need it longer, maybe you have a bigger chest or whatever, you know, you can adjust that. Okay, so do your chains. And then you are going to attach to the other corner, again with a slip stitch and a chain that locks it in. Then, after it's locked in there, you will simply work a half double crochet into each chain. That's it, half double crochet. And then you'll meet back where you started. Slip stitch, secure the yarn, tie it off, secure the yarn, and that's it, you're done. So this is what you end up with. And here she is, our completed crochet kerchief tank top, or crochet open weave long tank top. I love how unique and different this is. I hope you like it as well. If you do, please be sure to click the thumbs up below the video, leave a comment, and I encourage you to head over to my Etsy shop where you will find a lot of my crochet designs in written printable form at crazycoolcrochet.us.etsy.com. Please be sure to stick around, subscribe if you haven't, and check out what will be coming next on Crazy Cool Crochet.